Hi, this is Chrisferb, and I'm going to demonstrate how to perform a cumulative relative frequency distribution. Okay, so what I have laid out here already is the frequency distribution, and so what this represents is these are groupings of, say, observations of people who have 0 years of college, 1 year of college, 2 years of college, 3 years, and so on. So what we can do here, the first thing that we can do is we're going to create the relative frequency distribution. And the relative frequency distribution is just the portion in relation to the whole. So it would be 35 divided by the total of observations. So what we do first is we need to add up our total observations before we can go any further. I already added this up, and it's 160. So 160 observations. So what we do here for this one is we start off with 35 divided by 160, and we end up getting 0.219. Not a lot of space. So we would go down and we would do 21 divided by 160, and it would be 0.131. And as we go all the way down, I'll fill in the rest. 150, 138.194. Oh, there needs to be a 1 right in front of that 0.138. 0.04948. 0.038, 0.037. This must be a slight rounding difference. And 0.012. So when we add these up, theoretically all of these add up to 1. Okay, or about 1. They won't be perfect because we're cutting off some of the precision. And then we go to the cumulative, and the cumulative frequency is just what we do is we take each group up to that point is added up together. So in the first one's always just the first one, so 35. And then the second one is the cumulative frequency of 0 and 1, group 0 and 1. So it's 35 plus 21, so it'd be 35 plus 21, and that equals 56. And then we would keep going, so it'd be 56 plus 24, so we'd have 80, and then we keep going 80, then 102, and then 133, 146, 152, 158, and 160. So at the end, it should equal, in this case, because it's cumulative and it's not the relative, which we're cutting precision off, this should equal 160 or we have a problem. And then for the cumulative relative, what we're doing is taking these values that we have right here and dividing them into the 160, or divided by 160, so that we actually get the cumulative relative frequency distribution. So it's like this: 35 divided by 160. So this is the first one's always essentially the same. 219, and then we keep going. So then it's going to be 56 divided by 160, and that is 0.35. And then as we keep going, it's going up, and it should go up to essentially 1. So going on with this, it is 0.5. 0.637, 0.831, 0.912, 0.95, 0.987, and then the last one is 1. So that is how we perform a relative frequency distribution, a cumulative frequency distribution, and a cumulative relative frequency distribution. So it's all added up. So at the end, we end up with 1 right here. We end up with 160 right here because it's cumulative for the total. And if we add these all up, it should be 1 as well. Okay? Thank you for watching.